I hit the recording.
Alright, let's have a moment of silence to pick up the background noise. Okay, that should be good.
So is this going to be close enough for everybody to be heard?
Yeah, we'll be heard fine.
Okay.
Just,
You're going to have to do an animation for me.
yes, I'll have to draw a version of you now.
Has Thomas been on the London show before?
No, this is my grand debut.
I think
My
so.
grand debut.
But
Welcome to your grand debut on the London show. So, do we animate a bunch of Star Wars characters for the opening London show title crawl?
yes.
And
yes,
by
for, like,
we,
the
you
intro.
mean Robert.
Well, I wasn't claiming credit there. I was just trying to keep it ambiguous. Co-Plater's a monolithic organization.
No, it's just 4 of us. Most of the time, it's just 2 of us.
Some of the time it's just one of you.
Some of the time, it's no one at all.
Yeah, it's that a lot of the time.
Except for Videovember. Then there's something.
So anyway,
Alright, so this is an emergency broadcast of the London show.
We have a very important emergency.
We just saw, what did we just see?
We just saw The Last Jedi.
which
Star
was a
Wars
total
film.
lie, because there were like 5 Jedi. Okay, there weren't 5, but there was more than
I didn't
1.
see any cheese.
There was 2 at best.
We know
2.5.
our audience is small at this point, but we will say spoilers because
I guess,
that's the
yeah.
internet etiquette.
Yes,
Spoilers ahead, we will not hold back.
not even a little.
I can't believe Snoke is Rey's father.
So, impressions.
I liked it.
I went into this movie with a lot of fear, and I emerged having none of my fears be validated.
I'd heard like one review, well, not like an official review, but just someone online saying it was okay. I was like, oh no, what does that mean? I was like, no, it was good.
Yeah,
I liked it.
When I was in the airport today, they had CNN on in the background as my plane was all broken. And they were interviewing a guy who said that he gave it a 11 out of 10.
well,
Wow. Now, that's one thing I will say. There's a lot of vocal people on the internet who say really good things about it. And at first you think, well, vocal people on the internet say anything. And I do mean anything.
well, yeah.
So, I mean, you take some of that with a grain of salt. But, yeah. Then you go and you see it and you form your own opinion. And as I mentioned before, the pacing is a lot like Dunkirk, wherein you have a lot of terrible things happen to your main character. It's one bad thing after another, and it just keeps getting worse. But then you have this really, really good payoff that makes it all worth it.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. There was a lot of points in the movie where it's like, well, this is the end. I really don't see how they're going to get out of this.
But they're going to do something because it's a Disney movie.
And
Yeah.
also, they still haven't shown that one scene from the trailers yet.
Yes, that was the other thing. We were what felt like at the end of the movie, and then I realized there was a ton of scenes we hadn't seen yet, and then we did see them.
I have to admit, I went into this movie thinking that the rebellion was going to be this huge mobilized force and that you're going to have all these epic fights. And really it was kind of like a handful of people just running around the galaxy like, oh no, they're right behind us.
Well, I could have said that in the crawl at the end of The Force Awakens, that the Resistance had been mostly destroyed.
Yeah, they really have them on the ropes. It's almost a little more bleak than the end of Revenge of the Sith if you think about it.
They were a little bit better off at the end of Revenge of the Sith, because at least they could hide.
And here it was like, well, we've pretty much killed everybody, and here's the last little group on these little ships that we're going to burn them to the ground.
Well, and then they did burn them to the ground, pretty much everyone.
Yeah, when the survivors can all fit comfortably on the Millennium Falcon, you're in dire straits.
They had dozens and dozens of those transport ships. I know, because they were just killing them so fast over such a long period of time. It's like, wow, they must have hundreds of these things because they keep shooting one every second.
I forget what the trope is exactly, but it's like unlimited red shirts to kill. So you always have enough at the end, and then you get to the end, it's like, no, they're pretty much all dead. It's only, 20, 30 people that get out.
If that.
And all the main characters were on the right ship.
Yep.
It's very convenient they did that.
And what about Yoda?
Yes.
So that's something that ties into a larger point. The Last Jedi has several I guess you would call them vindication moments where it's like, oh, okay, this is what it's been building to. You have things like Yoda shows up, or they light speed the crap out of the dreadnought.
Yep.
You see all those little kids you met on Casino Planet, and they're forming up with the Resistance again.
Casino Planet. I like that.
Let's be honest, that's what it was. It was Casino Planet.
It was Las Vegas, the planet.
Yes, I go there all the time. It's very nice. I like the food.
Howard just walked in.
Yes. Is this the bathroom? Looks like a bathroom. Anyway, bye.
Oh, good. He's gone. Usually he drags along Colin with him. Those two are like the dynamic duo these days. Batman and Robin.
Doing everything. But luckily Colin is nowhere nearby, so we do not have to worry about seeing him.
Okay.
So, that scene with Yoda. Luke is going to burn down the first Jedi temple.
And Yoda does it for him.
Yoda does it for him. You're going to think Yoda's like, think about what you're doing, Luke. Come on. But no, he's like, no, I'll do it before you can.
Or Luke's like, maybe I shouldn't do that. And then Yoda's like, nope.
I feel like Yoda took on the role of Mr. Plinka and said, I'm afraid you've missed the whole point.
Okay, that gets to another point. And that's Luke's emo-ness in this.
Uh-huh.
He's always emo in all the movies. Come on. Did you not watch?
That's kind of a Skywalker thing.
Yeah, staring at the sunset.
No, that's not true.
We heard his whole spiel in the preview. I've only seen so much power one time before. It didn't scare me then, but it scares me now. That's why I'm going to make myself the Last Jedi. Blah, blah, blah. Power is bad. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do anything in this movie. You know he is at the end.
Even though it's not in the trailers, you still know it.
Yeah, you still know it. And then you got all of that. You had to watch it again in the movie itself. Like, oh, here's Luke being emo. And then that Yoda scene sort of makes Luke feel bad for all the emo-ness he's been doing.
It's kind of like, oh, yeah. I really need to pick myself up and be kind of like a Jedi, like I used to be.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering what angle they're really go on with all of that, if they were going to have Luke have some seriousness and get back into the action. And as soon as he throws the lightsaber behind him, like, they're going with emo here.
I was like, wow, they're getting out the gate pretty fast on that one.
Yep. Yeah, he picks up the lightsaber, looks at it, and throws it back.
It's like, nope, nope, nope. You mentioned this before, how they have a lot of payoffs for things they set up, and I feel like Luke's story is one of those, because in The Force Awakens, we're just told that, he trained some Jedi, they all got killed, and Kylo Ren turns evil. In this one, you kind of see all of that happen. His being emo has a reason, like, it's justifiable. It's not just like, oh, he's just being emo for the sake of it. It's like, no, there's a real reason for all of this.
Uh-huh.
And you can connect with that as an audience.
Oh, and I really loved how that went down, where he almost killed Kylo Ren. Because you're thinking, oh, there's Luke being emo, I've got to destroy this evil. But that wasn't it. He had a really human moment there. It's like, I got to kill him. Wait, what am I doing? I'm about to kill this person. But it was too late. Kylo saw him doing it. It's like, nope, bye-bye.
He naturally feels a lot of weight and blame for Kylo Ren being the way he is.
But Kylo's Kylo, let's be honest.
Well, then Kylo gets the moment there. He gets his Darth Vader moment. It's like, okay, I can do this. I can turn to the light side. And then he's like, nope, I'm the new Supreme Leader.
Which I like about it, because, one thing I was afraid of is that they were going to do a whole Darth Vader turns good and Kylo's...
I wonder if they expected that. If they're like, everybody's expecting us to have him turn good, so we're going to, I don't know, subvert that expectation?
Yeah. Well, and that looked like where it was going, except for the fact that this is only the second movie.
You can't have him turned back in the second movie.
Well, I thought that him and Rey would fight Snoke until Snoke died, and then I'm like, okay, well now they need a new baddie.
Well, the thing that it hit me was the only way Kylo could pull off the surprise kill of Snoke was because he was doing it purely as from the dark side. He wasn't doing it to save Rey because he was turning to the good side. He was doing it because shift of power. Now I'm the Burger King.
Yep.
And that's how he could get away with it. So in that regard, it wasn't a Deus Ex. It was the natural, logical progression of his character.
Yeah, it was really good in that regard.
Well, to be fair, that's kind of what Darth Vader had wanted in Star Wars Episode 5, get Luke to the dark side and then take down Palpatine.
That is true.
It's just a natural order
like poetry at times.
Except in this one, he actually did it, but...
He didn't have his apprentice yet.
He doesn't have an apprentice. He better have an apprentice in the next movie.
General Hux, yeah.
I don't think they'd like each other.
Well, it mentions that he ran off with a couple of Jedi that he turned to be the Knights of Ren.
Oh, yeah.
So that could be a thing.
Yeah, we don't really see them, but they've been mentioned a few times now.
We've got a lot of stuff to build for the next movie because a lot of the old structures are just gone. And they've almost, well, now they're done. Yeah, they've gotten rid of all of the old cast. They're all gone.
Except for Leia, she's kind of still alive. She's on the ship.
Yeah, but the actress Carrie Fisher is passed away.
CGI! You saw the end of Rogue One. You saw Grand Moff Tarkin?
From a pragmatic standpoint.
They'll probably kill her off in the next movie.
Probably pretty early.
Or just have her passed away.
Yeah, I guess so, an off-screen death.
Here's what I could see working really well. Is the next one is set some years down the road, maybe 5 or 8.
I could see that.
And so General Leia could have been passed away because, she's old. And it'll give them some time to build up the new resistance from all the seeds they planted at the end of this movie.
Uh-huh.
Because you can't just start the next movie 2 days after this one ended. That doesn't work.
And that's kind of what this one did with the previous movie.
Is it started just where the last one ended. Leia's on the steps, or not Leia, Rey's on the steps with Luke, and they're all leaving the Rebel base.
Well, and the whole First Order knows right where the rebels are.
And the only reason they didn't get to them before is because they lost another Death Star.
Yeah, I like the super weapons they had in this movie. I thought they were more creative. Like the dreadnought, that big cannon.
I really thought that they were going to have Finn suicide run it.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, they're really going to kill him off. That's a pretty bold move. And they're like,
well, that's what I was saying. It's like, good for you, Disney. That's a bold choice. And then when she, what's her name, Rose plowed him off the side, I was like, oh, wait, no. We got to have the big finale.
Yeah.
Something else has got to happen. And then
they better bring back Phasma, too.
That could be her thing. You think she dies at the end of every movie.
She always comes back.
Yep.
Phasma and Darth Maul will come back. With Mace Windu.
They almost got the helmet off of her this time. They almost got the helmet off, but they didn't take it to the next step.
Nope.
Just get to see her eye.
That'll be the next movie.
Yeah, I read a couple of reviews, and there was some folks that said Casino Planet kind of felt like a little side quest that was.
Oh yeah, I kind of.
Yeah, that was the lowest point of the movie for me personally.
I don't know why they couldn't have just had them try to storm it themselves.
Well, it does a couple of important things. It helps build up Rose's character.
That's true, and that you see some of the wider world that they're living in now.
And it kind of helps lay some seeds for the future rebellion they're going to try and bring up in Episode 9.
Well, we also know that Casino Planet has arms dealers that are willing to sell towards the resistance.
And that could be another thing. Yeah, they're setting up some world building so that when you get into Episode 9, you can say, but we explained. You can't just sweep this under the rug. There's structures in place for these things to happen.
There's ways for them to get weapons, and there's ways for them to have new troops. And
plus, I think they needed they really needed the audience to have a change in scenery because you spend so much of it either on the island or on the ships that are slowly running away from each other. Which I'm not sure why the giant Star Destroyers didn't just do a micro jump ahead.
Yeah, head them off and then come the other way.
Okay, we're going to be chasing these guys for like 2 days, so while we're chasing them, you guys come around from the front and get them.
I think they were just confident that they were going to destroy them. They were running out of fuel. They knew they could trace them.
They're having fun slowly picking them off.
They're playing a Dr. Evil. Now close the doors and we'll let them slowly die where we can't watch them.
Well, you're not going to watch? They're going to get out.
But yeah, I think Casino Planet was just to mix it up, kind of add in a breath for the audience so that they weren't stuck in the same monotony over and over.
And it was a breath in that regard.
I thought for sure they were going to kill Leia off there at the beginning of the movie. Like when she went into space, like, oh, there we go, there's Leia's death.
That was one spoiler I heard about, was that they said she pulls a Superman and flies through space, but it's okay because she uses the Force.
She has plot convenient Force powers.
So I feel like that's, as a whole, this isn't a critique against this film in particular, but against the franchise as a whole. They've always alluded to Leia having Force powers, and then that's never really gone anywhere.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they had this moment with to say, look there, see, it went somewhere, we did something. She had Force powers and she used them.
So, what are the thoughts about Rey's parentage? How it's explained in this movie?
So I know there's a lot of people out there who are going to feel like that's a huge disappointment. Like, oh, there was all this build-up, and for me it's like, I'm good with that. I'm okay. Suits me.
Yeah, this nipped it in the bud very nicely for me. Tied it up with a nice bow. It's like, yeah, you don't come from anything actually important. Your parents are just these obscure people. And the reason you're so powerful is because you're the yang to Kylo Ren's yin.
Isn't it the yin to the yang? Is that the phrase?
No, yin to the yin.
Yin to the yin.
Dark side to the dark side.
You have a plus and a plus, a minus and a minus, male and a male.
Anyways.
But anyway, they explained Rey's parentage sufficiently well for me. I really like that they didn't extend the big soap opera by saying, "Who's the father?"
I think it was interesting and intriguing enough for The Force Awakens because it's kind of like you've had the Skywalkers be the center of attention for so long, and so it's like, well, maybe she's somehow connected to them. It's like, no, it's time for other people to take the spotlight.
Yes.
Which is interesting because Kylo Ren is the last of the Skywalkers.
Yeah, he is.
And he's technically a solo.
He's going at it solo.
Yep.
Had to be said. Final thoughts for me. It's quite an experience the first time through, and you have to have some patience with it, but it pays it off. If you stick with it, it'll lead you somewhere good.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty great ending that they had with Luke versus Kylo.
Yes.
That was great. When he walks out of the cloud of dust.
That's almost on par with the Darth Vader scene from Rogue One. Powerful Force user laying down. Okay, my final thoughts. This movie satisfied me in all the ways I wanted to be satisfied. It left nothing dangling for me.
Yeah, my final thoughts kind of echo what you guys said, and I thought I had a really good balance between doing new things, but also paying homage to a lot of old Star Wars elements and playing some old Star Wars tropes straight, but in a way that worked. It didn't feel like it was overdoing it a little bit, kind of like The Force Awakens did sometimes. There was no Starkiller base. They had enough new stuff, and they took it in different directions. I thought was good.
I give it 5 Mark Hamills out of 6 and a Yoda.
And a Yoda on the side for good picture.
Yep.
They used their Mark Hamill very well.
They did.
They used their Yoda very well in this.
I was almost kept wondering if maybe they were going to throw in an Obi-Wan just for kicks, but they reined themselves in.
Yeah.
I thought about who they would have used for the actor on that, and the original old Obi-Wan is long since dead.
They can CGI him.
Well,
Especially since he's a Force ghost.
I'm sure Ian McGregor would be happy to replay Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Also, had a temporary lapse in judgment where I thought maybe they'd bring Hayden in to do a...
Okay, now that would be great for the 9th movie. Have Darth Vader's Force Ghost show up.
No, Kylo. No.
But Grandpa!
No.
Just no.
But Grandpa... Well, no, I don't think he cares about Darth Vader anymore. Cause he's all like, you know what? Forget the past.
The past has to die.
Yep.
I feel like that's kind of like Disney saying that too.
Kill it if you have to.
Alright, forget old Star Wars. We're gonna go in our own direction now. It's like, good for you, Disney. You killed the past.
Next year, the Han Solo movie.
Okay, Disney. I know this is hard for you. We'll take it slow.
Oh, there's an Obi-Wan movie after that.
Well, we'll have to see how the second viewing treats us.
Be sure to leave your comments about what you think is going to happen in the next movie and what you thought about this one.
All 3 of you.
Yep.
Mom, you better not watch this before you watch The Last Jedi because there were so many spoilers.
So many.
Shout out to our friends at Probably Okay if you actually made it to this point in the video.
Yep.
You guys are awesome.
Our best fans. All right, and I guess we'll end it now. Thank goodness we didn't have any more guest stars, so I'm just gonna... Oh my gosh, did you guys just watch the new Star Wars? It was the best movie ever! It's like the best Star Wars I've ever seen, aside from all the other ones, which are awesome too!
Blast him!
Completed!